Kansas City, all numbers considered, no quarterback in the NFL had two better passing options than Patrick Mahomes this season. Not Kirk Cousins, with Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs. Not Ben Roethlisberger, with Antonio Brown and JuJu Smith-Schuster. Not Jared Goff, with Robert Woods and Brandin Crooks. No one. Between them, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce caught 190 passes for 2,815 yards and 22 touchdowns. All numbers considered, they were the best 1-2 punch in the league. You can look it up, there's elite speed, Colts coach Frank Reich said earlier this week, and then there's Tyreek Hill's speed. It's probably up another notch from that. Evidence of that was on display in the KC locker room a couple of days ago, when the 5'10", 185-pounder darted to his stall to get something and then was gone before reporters could ask for a minute of his time. Hill was just as elusive on Thursday when interview requests were denied. He'll speak after the game, we were told. Apparently, Hill was in a hurry to get to a photo shoot. One's conspiracy theory is that the Chiefs are keeping him away from the media for fear he might say something to fire up the Colts. Either way, Kelce was more accommodating. In last year's wildcard game against the Tennessee Titans, Kelce had 4 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown before suffering a concussion with less than 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Chiefs took a 21-3 lead into the intermission. Kelce did not return for the second half. The Chiefs lost 22-21. Asked if the disappointing way in which the season ended still lingered in his mind, Kelce said no, "I've moved on from last year," he said. "Learned from it. We've got a new team, new identity, moving forward for sure. We're excited to go out there and show everybody what we've got," he added. "Everybody's kind of, I don't want to say doubting us, but bringing this franchise playoff history thing up and saying what they want about that. But we're excited to just go out there and be ourselves. Show the world what we can do." What Kelce did this season was incredible. First, he broke the all-time Chiefs record for most catches by a tight end, previously held by Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez, widely considered the best ever at the position, with 103 grabs. Then he shattered Rob Gronkowski's record for most receiving yards by a tight end with 1,336. Kelce also had 10 touchdowns, while Hill complemented his efforts 87 catches for 1,479 yards and 12 TDs. Tight ends had good success against the Colts this season, catching 106 passes for 1,208 yards and 5 touchdowns in 17 games. "That means nothing," said Kelce, a 6'5", 260-pounder. "I'm sure they look at our offense, and they know who's capable of getting the ball in certain situations, and they'll be ready for it." In his 6th season with the Chiefs, Kelce was asked if this felt like as good a chance as he's had of going on a deep playoff run. "Every year you feel like you've got a great team," he said. "I think this year we do have something very special we haven't had in the past. That's exciting. That something is Mahomes," although Kelce said it was just the feel of the team. The energy, the confidence. Everything's kind of built up. In another word, Mahomes. Does Kelce plan on saying something to Mahomes before his 23-year-old quarterback makes his first playoff start? "There's nothing you've got to say to him," Kelce said with a smile. "He'll be ready. It helps that he has Kelce and Hill as his primary passing options." Looking for answers, Pete Grothoff, a columnist with the Kansas City Star, did his best to help fans and bettors looking for advice on which teams will win this weekend's games. He asked Alexa, Amazon's almost all-knowing home assistant, "First, the luck of the Colts will run out in Kansas City," she said. "Next, the Rams will be butting the Cowboys back to Dallas, and my broken heart from the Seahawks loss with start to mend. On Sunday, the Chargers' electric momentum is going to shock the Patriots. Finally, as much as I really want the Eagles to win, the Saints will be marching in. Hey Philadelphia, if you're listening, please prove me wrong. Last year Alexa said the Eagles would upset the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and we all remember how that turned out. For points, it's still not known whether or not the Chiefs will have the services of guard Laurent Duvernay-Tard at the Mont Saint-Hilaire, K. product, who is attempting a comeback from a leg fracture in Game 5. LDT has practiced with the team all week. These are day-to-day things, head coach Andy Reid said of the 5-year vet on Thursday. He practiced and we see how he feels. I'm not going to say anything until I see how it went after this practice. Red was equally non-committal on the status of Wr Sammy Watkins' foot and S Eric Berry heel, although the latter, at least, is expected to sit. About Watkins, who could be a difference maker, Reid said he's done a nice job this week. He's had good work all 3 days, said Reid. He's looked pretty good. The only colt ruled out by Reich was Wr Ryan Grant toe.